Hello guys, a very warm welcome to your today's amazing session in which we are going to discuss some of the tips and tricks to ace the multiple choice questions. Now this session is going to be very short and also very important because we would be discussing all the do's and don'ts that you have to keep in mind, because when you are doing the MCQ format, then sometimes you tend to get overexcited. Array, it's MCQ, that is so easy, but we have so many things that are to be kept in our mind if we want to score the best marks that we want in the multiple choice question. So let's get started, and if you are new on the channel, then do not forget to subscribe to it, because we are coming up with lots of amazing series to help you crack your term 1 examination, right? And I'm your chemistry master teacher Shilpi Kaushik here at Vedantu, and let's get started with a happy note. Plan your work for today and every day. So the very first thing is planning. If you are thinking of something on a long term basis, you want to score, like let's say I want to score 100 on 100, then there has to be a proper plan. I would be planning first of all how to ace my term 1 exam, and then I will be making a plan how to do the same for the term 2 examination. So whenever you want to achieve something big, the very first foremost step is to plan the things out. Now once you are done with the best possible planning for yourself, then we have to work for our plan. So obviously there is nothing just that you will keep on planning the things, right, without any action. That has no significance. So planning plus important thing is your hard work, and that comes if you are committed to your goals. Actually, if you want to really have that thing in your life, then you want to have to work for it. You gotta work for that, of course, right? So just remember that thing, and let's get started now. The very first thing that you have to keep in mind when we are attempting an MCQ paper format is the time management. Now time management is very important. Like I have seen in most of the cases, I have observed myself, I've seen my friends that in the initial days when we just started with the MCQs, then we just try to spend so much time on the hard question, right? I have seen students, they do the same thing when they see, like there are some people, they have a habit that I want to solve all the questions in the sequential manner. Like I want to give the answer first question, then second, then third, then fourth. They don't feel comfortable to break that continuous flow. So now what happens when you, let's say you have to solve 6 questions, and third question is very difficult. So what do, you are spending extra time on that, and like sitting in multiple choice question and giving extra time, like rather I would say giving the time of all the other questions to one same question, is actually stupidity. So make sure that you plan your time accordingly. Now what I mean by that planning, ma'am, how will we do that planning? So always divide your paper into 3 parts. That's what I used to do as a student, and whenever I still, if I see any a competitive exam, then I follow the same thing. The first 50 minutes have to be like go through thing. You have your paper in your hand, go through all the questions in the first 15 minutes. Right in the first 15 minutes, you will find a lot of questions that would be just like that, you can do in fraction of seconds. They would be easiest one. So you have to target those questions in the first 15 minutes. There has to be the tick mark on the easiest question, irrespective of the fact they are coming in the consecutive number 1 2 3 4 or not. That doesn't matter. If you feel that first question is hard, skip that. You see that fourth question is very easy, I know the answer, mark your answer. You see sixth question, I know the answer, that's easy. So first 15 minutes may go for the question that you're sure of. That would be like rough outlook on the paper. Then the next 30 minutes you have to give to the questions that you think are medium, like okay, they are taking like 1 minute, 1.5 minutes, so you can go with that. In the next 30 minutes you are studying the question in detail, like properly you are thinking of the concept, what could be involved and related to that. Means you know their answers, but they are requiring some of your effort and attention. Then in those 30 minutes we have to solve that. And let's say in the next 15 minutes we would be giving this time to the hard one. Now this I have told you keeping in mind your exam is of 1 hour, let's say. So just I've taken an example. So whatever is the exam that you're sitting in, you can divide your time accordingly in that, right? According to the weightage and number of questions that are going to be in your exam. Like in your science exam this time, you would be having 50 questions. Now like total 60 questions, out of which 50 you have to attempt. Now 50 questions are a lot of questions actually. So if you will do this thing, you will, spend extra time on one question, then your paper you won't be able to complete, that I'm sure of. So that time management, it will come with the practice. So when you're sitting at home, make sure that especially for science, you are solving one sample paper together, right? And this is what you have to start practicing, especially from October onwards. Now just take one sample paper of science completely and see in which section you are spending a lot of time. It means that section is weaker, you want to strengthen that concept. That is very important. Know your ups and downs, know your highs and lows. That's super important, right? So in those 15 minutes, then you can give that time to the hard question. Like, you are really recalling the concept in your mind. Nahi aaya to you can use some elimination trick also, because your science exam is like all your exams are not in the negative marking. So that's the biggest advantage. You don't need to leave a question as such, right? So we will discuss some of the strategies also, that if nothing works, then what we can do. Okay, do time bound practice before actual exam. This is what ma'am was talking about, that time management. वो कैसे आएगा? वो आएगा when you're actually solving the sample papers together. When you're sitting for the equal time, you're sitting for 3 hours, you're solving a paper. You're sitting for 2 hours, you are, giving that ideal time which you have to give in the actual board exam. Means you are going through that phase automatically. When you will sit in the board exam, you will see, you would be much more confident, right? That is the thing. So time management बहुत important है, that comes with practice and the portion that you have seen. And jump to easy techniques. This is this is what ma'am was talking about. Third question is difficult, go and solve fourth, fifth, sixth questions. So first of all, easy questions, pick the low hanging fruits first, isn't it? So that should be your strategy, simple. And if they are multiple choice question, that doesn't mean that you don't need to study anything. I always say that concept understanding is equally important. So skill which must be there is the patience. If you are patient enough, then you will read the statement carefully. I have seen students, they go so impatient during the exam. They see, array, the reaction of silver chloride is given, they have read the reaction, they will write it down, they will mark the answer without even observing and reading the entire statement. Maybe there is a special word in the statement like not. Which of these is not a physical change? And you're reading, array, physical change, which of these is a physical change? Go and you see the first option is a physical change. Your answer goes wrong over there. Do not mark the answer before reading the question statement carefully. Second thing, all the 4 options you have to go through, even if you know the right answer, right? So the smart trick, otherwise you will make it a habit. Arey, iska to answer ye hai, option A, you will take it. No, wait, hold on. There might be an option like always, all of these. There might be an option none of these, right? Both A and B, both B and C. So such options, they demand your time. They demand that you read all the questions carefully. That is very important. So please do not rush. Okay, and give proper importance to all these things. Diagrams are important. You don't have any diagrams as such in chemistry. Like there's a chlor-alkali process, you should be aware about the electrodes, what kind of charges is being developed, which product is obtained at which electrode. They might give you a diagram in case-based study question, and they can ask some 3 to 4 questions on that. Or however, in biology, physics, you have to be again careful about diagrams. You don't have to draw them because it's MCQ format, but you might get to see those questions in the question format. You can see them, in the case-based study, that there is a possibility. So you should be aware about that. Statement reading is very important. Read the bold words carefully. And in the NCERT also, and I assume that you people have already started doing the NCERT reading. That is very important because directly questions can come from the text of the NCERT book, right? Simple line is written there, and that can be an as it is MCQ in your final exam. So please highlight the points which you feel are important in the NCERT textbook. And chemical equations, please do not read them orally. That is equivalent to do the maths. Okay, so you have to do the written practice of chemical equations, chemical formulas, on the color changes, what are the precipitate, the state of the compounds that are provided to you. So I will be taking a session this week only where I will help you to find the precipitates, common precipitate, and color changes. So make sure that you attend that session, right? Okay, so do let me know in the comment section if there is any confusion. Okay, and I want you all to admit in the comment section, ma'am, I am gonna ace the term 1 exams. Yes, so we are in this together, and I want to see that confidence coming through your heart in the comment section, right? And that really makes me happy when I see, okay, so kids are actually, they are, they are that much confident. Because if you are confident enough, then whatever you have studied, you would be able to give best out of it. But by any chance you become conscious, you are underconfident, then जितना आता है वो भी नहीं अच्छे से कर पाओगे. ठीक है, so उसके लिए ध्यान रखना है. And activities and experiment based questions are very important. So make sure you see the observation. So these days observation based questions are very important in chemistry. So you have to just keep that thing in mind, and there is no alternative to hard work, as they say. Okay, and even multiple choice questions cannot replace that. If you think that, ma'am, this is just MCQ, I don't need to do written practice, why would I even do that? That is a multiple choice question. But if your concept is not clear, you won't be knowing lead chloride is PbCl or PbCl2, it's white or red, it's water soluble or not. These common things you won't be able to observe otherwise. So read the question carefully, do the written practice of a topic which you think is difficult, and re-revise it. If you feel that in a particular topic, acid, base and salts mein I don't understand the chemical reactions, then do practice. So if a topic is difficult for you, that means that topic demands your time. Topic is like, come sit with me, give me some time, I want your attention. Because whenever you spend time with someone, then you tend to your relations tend to get much stronger and better. The same happens with your studies. I know you're going to take it in a wrong way anyway, but yeah, the same thing happens with your studies. When you feel that a topic is difficult, that means that topic is calling you. Ki bhai, come and give me some time, spend some time with me, I'm sitting here waiting for you. Otherwise, it will be too difficult for you to manage in the exam. Okay, so analyze which topics are calling you. That is important. They would be the hard ones. So you have to read the topic, write it and recite it. Keep on doing it. And eventually you will feel that topic is getting easier for you, right? Solve the practice paper. This is very important. The more practice you are doing, the more fluent you are getting with the MCQs. So there will come a time when you will think, ma'am, the same concept everywhere, ma'am, the same question is coming, I want new questions. Then your preparation is done. ठीक है, जब पढ़ते पढ़ते वो वाला फेज आ जाता है ना, यू फील, मैम ये तो आई हैव डन दिस क्वेश्चन, मैम दिस क्वेश्चन इज आल्सो ओल्ड, मैम ये भी आई नो द आंसर. So that means you have done enough practice, and that's where we need to reach. Every question should sound so familiar to you. That should be so similar, even if they are changing the context, they are changing the basic concept. If all the basic concepts are strong enough, then even if they mold the concept slightly, you would be able to sense the basics of it. And that is where we have to reach. And for that, we need to see the previous year questions. Now, I have seen some students, they think like this way, ma'am, the exam pattern is MCQ, why would I see previous year question when there have been subjective question asked? Beta, the same thing I will say, syllabus has not changed yet. Only the pattern of the questions has changed. So you would have seen that in the sample paper only अच्छे खासे questions they can form, right? So if you see the previous year question, you would be able to see the topics that they have given most importance to solve section. They have given importance to types of chemical reactions. This reaction is frequently asked in the past year. Okay, everything you would be getting to know. So if you see the answer sheets of the previous year questions and you see the questions carefully, then you will see a lot of things are quite repetitive in nature, and we have to do the practice. So make sure you are always doing the revision. Weekly revision of everything that you did in the past 1 week is very important, and keep on testing yourself. खुद ही written test दिया करो. Okay, so if you want 1 month crash course, you can come in Vedantu courses also, and you can just get surety of that कि हाँ, you have plenty of questions, right? So if you don't know the answer, now this is the last point. Ma'am, applied all the strategy, all the concept, I don't know the answer of this question. This is a very new question, because there would be some questions that आपने नहीं किए होंगे कहीं पर, then eventually you can't do anything about it. But there's a question you don't know the answer, then don't skip it. Skipping is not an option, because our paper is not having any sort of negative marking, so we're not gonna skip that. The first thing that we would be doing is to use the clues. Use the clues carefully, and use the clues. वो कैसे हो सकता है? See, you can go with the elimination method also. Clues आपको मिलेंगे. Sometimes you will see that there would be at least 2 options which are so irrelevant to the question, and those options are going to give you a clue, direct, straightforward. I am not the answer, I'm not even related to the statement. Okay, that can help you. So read the question statement and read the answers very carefully. Options given to you, there would be some options which will be very irrelevant. You would be able to use the elimination easily. Is pe to I have made a lot of videos also, how to approach MCQs with the multiple choice question in YT shorts. You can see that. So elimination mein I am not taking a guess. Elimination is not actually guess. If you think elimination का मतलब होता है तुक्का मारना, then you are wrong, because elimination is simply based on all that you have learned in the chapter. You are eliminating the option that yeah, this cannot be the answer. जैसे there was a question in the sample paper, calcium carbonate has been formed from which acid and base, and one of the option was HCl and NaOH. So you can clearly eliminate it, because calcium, carbon and oxygen atoms are present in the salt. Chlorine, sodium cannot be there, and hydrogen. So I can eliminate that. है ना? So using your brain power, eliminate the options, and eventually ऐसा होगा. कई बार तो सीधे 3 options are just wrong. So see your sample paper, at least try to practice 10 questions with the elimination method. You would be able to understand that it's also fantastic. Read the question. I'm saying that sometimes on the question only you can get the statement, you can get the idea. Okay, and there's this trick that we study in psychology जिसे बोलते हैं context based memory. Now what is context based memory? That let's say you see this topic, from which acid and base calcium carbonate is coming. You don't know the answer, then use context based memory. Think of the book where you read it, whether you read it in your NCERT textbook, in your school notes, in your Vedantu notes, whether you saw it on some YouTube channel, or you saw this somewhere in a Mentee's quiz. Okay, or you remember, okay, I wrote this in my rough notebook, then on which page I studied this topic. So try to relate that. Okay, this is from types of salt. Ye to I had written in my rough notebook on the left hand side. So if you give pressure on your brain, slight pressure, then you know sometimes even the page of that notebook comes in your mind as it is, and what you had written if you had highlighted something. So that is why it's always better to use highlighters. ऐसे नहीं है सब कुछ हाईलाइट कर दिया, you have to use highlighter selectively. So context based memory can help you to know reach the answer of the question that you even don't know. Okay, and behavioral discipline is very important. No procrastination, no saying that I will start from tomorrow. Chalo, after 1 hour, after 2 hours. Doesn't mean that 2 hour tomorrow is never gonna come otherwise, and it will come just 1 day before your exam. Like, ma'am, don't say that. Overconfidence, especially जब आप बहुत पढ़ते हो ना, एग्जाम में जाते हो, you see an easy question. This happens with the easiest of questions. ठीक है, easiest of question में overconfidence happens, and you are reading it. अरे this is such an easy question, I know the answer, and either you end up filling the wrong bubble, or you end up marking the, like, wrong answer in overexcitement, or something can happen like that. So mental calmness is very important, even if you know the answer or if you don't know the answer. In both the cases, you have to stay very calm. Self study is always required, so avoid taking the sessions when you don't understand anything. Your time is very precious and you have to realize that. Please don't waste your time. Okay, self discipline is very important. So if you're making a timetable, if you're not sticking to it, then you wasted your entire time making that timetable. Don't let that happen. टाइम वेस्ट करने का ऑप्शन ही नहीं है. सो सेल्फ डिसिप्लिन इज इंपॉर्टेंट. इफ आई हैव रिटन इन माई टाइम टेबल that I have to wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning, you need to do that. You have to do that. Otherwise, you are befooling yourself. So stay true to yourself. Honesty with yourself is the only thing that you require. Okay, and also if you are answerable to someone, then that can also help. So you can involve your parents, be answerable to them. Unko batao that today I have planned that I will cover types of chemical reactions. Then in the evening before you go to bed, then your parents can ask you how many type of reactions you covered. You made an aim that I have to cover all the reactions. So when you are answerable to someone, then you have some pressure on you, some slight pressure ki yaar karna hai, I have to do it. Yes, so that can also help. Like it used to help me. You can try that. And which books you would follow? NCERT and standard publications, I've told you a lot number of times. If you have done exemplar, then also you feel something, then you can go with some sample paper like Oswal I recommended you, if you feel that. Okay, so yeah, that these are the all points that you need to keep in mind. And the beautiful thing about learning is that nobody can take it away from you. Exactly. Yes, so this is something that it's a plant, it's a seed that you're growing in yourself, and that seed keeps on blooming up with the passage of time, and one day it's gonna become a tree that is gonna give you shed, that is gonna give you like actually fruits. Yes, and you have to just keep it in a continuous manner. That is very important. No one can snatch it from you. So there's nothing to be insecure about it, right? And as I told you, if in case you people feel like, ma'am, we want some help with the performance, I am not very certain that whatever I'm studying or wherever I'm studying from, that is actually promisable or not, then you can come in Vedantu's crash courses. We have started crash, like we are actually starting it from the last week of September. So enrollments in the crash course batches are open now. That crash course batch, you can take the enrollment for simply 1 month. If you find that it would be sufficient for me, agar aapko crash course karna hai, you have some doubts piled up in your head, then you will get a doubt solving application, क्योंकि पढ़ोगे तो doubts आएंगे. So if you are not getting them cleared side by side, then those doubts will come in the exam. वही होता है, अरे this was in my doubt, I had to ask this from the teacher. So if there are some doubts that are getting piled up in your head, you want to get rid of them, you want to just practice in the best possible way, you want to know your rank in performance in the entire country. So you can be there if you want to compete with all the students out there. And not just that, we are also offering full subscription for the term 1. You're like, ma'am, most of the subjects though I haven't even touched. अगर वो वाला situation है, बिल्कुल A to Z you want to reach, then Vedantu का this complete course you can buy for, this is for 7,000 rupees. But if you apply Shilpi Mam's coupon code, that is SKA Pro, then you just need to pay 6,300 rupees. ये कब तक होगा? Let's say your exams are in November, December, September, October, November, December, जब तक final exams ना हो जाए. So for like 3 to 4 months, you are getting a complete course for 6,300 rupees. For how many subjects? That would be for English, Maths, Social Studies, Physics, Chemistry and Biology. 6 subjects you are getting in there, and that is like, isn't it amazing? Yeah, go with it if you feel like. मैं हमेशा बोलती हूँ, there is no pressure from our side. अगर आपको लगता है that ma'am actually I need this, then you can go with that. Ma'am is gonna share the right way how to do that. So there's this link in the description box of this video. The video that you're watching right now, first of all, make sure that you like it. Uske baad you have to go in the description box and tap on show more. Yahan par jaakar you will see the 2 links. Okay, see what is this 2 link? First one is CBSE Term 1 Crash. This is the complete crash course. Agar aapko lena hai, you can go with this. And the second link is for 1 month subscription. Second link kab lena? When you just want 1 month ka subscription. I will see you the first one. Sabse pehle, dekho. These are the 2 plans for you. Both of them are in 6,300 rupees after applying Shilpi Mam's coupon code. Yay, that's important. ठीक है? Complete course, इसमें classic में you also get a doubt solving mobile application. Best thing. And you do get all the live interactive classes. They are not recorded sessions, although you also get the recordings after the class. Agar fir se dekhna hai, you can attend it. Test series you would be getting. Test series ka analysis would be done. Assignments and notes milenge aapko. So there would be plenty of questions. During the live sessions and after the session, you will get some doubt solving, like, facilities. Jaise during the session mein, we have team of class teachers to help you. After that, we have a mobile application. Okay, so this is the coupon code. This will give you 700 rupees discount, and that is a lot. So yeah, you can go with it. Agar aapko lagta hai, ma'am, this is not much affordable for me, I want to try with the 1 month subscription, then you can go with this. इसमें जा सकते हो, the second link in the description box. So here you can see try for 1 month, 2,340 rupees. Okay, 2,340 rupees you have to pay after applying a coupon code, that is SKA Pro, that is Shilpi Kaushik Army, right? And you would be getting the recordings also. Just if I show you Vedantu ka platform, this, you can see the past classes. If you tap on here, this will be the account of a student, will also look like this. So you can tap on get notes. Okay, and you will get direct notes from here. That is one thing. You can download these notes, practice all these questions, right? Apart from that, you would also be getting this replay wala section. If in case you miss some quiz, you would still be able to attempt it. Okay, 2 kind of replays are available over here. You can see how many doubts were being solved, how many doubts were being asked. So we promise you 100% doubt solving as well, right? So new batches are getting started from 27 September. They would be the crash course batches, the revision batches, right? So think of that if in case you need it. Agar aapko lagta hai, ma'am, I'm not sure of it, I don't want to take risk with my class 10 standard, because wo ek hi baar hone wala hai life mein and everyone is gonna ask from you. So yeah, you can go with that. SK Pro is ma'am's code, and I have shared each and everything with you, and I want you all to let me know in the comment section. First thing, yes ma'am, I know I will do it. Yes. Okay, and this answer, which quantity in chemistry is measured in Fermi? Think of that and let ma'am know in the comment section. I will see you in the next class. Till then, take care, stay hydrated. Bye bye.